Hello and Assalamualaikum. My name is Adam bin Azmi. So this is my video on explaining on how to do Pspd PPE3. So the questions that I'll be explaining today is firstly identify and explain elements in the programming code, and the second question is how to construct pseudocode and flowchart for the given questions, of course. So as you can see here in figure 1, I have transferred the given code into another code editor to make it easier for me to pinpoint the elements. Don't worry, it is 100% the same. I've copied 100%. So this is the elements that I'll be explaining about or be identifying. So first up we have comment, preprocessor directive, standard header file, main function, reserved words, identifiers, special symbol, punctuation, statements, and lastly blocks. So we'll start off with comments first. So as you can see in the picture there, it is a single line comment because it has only only two asterisks without any star or any star symbol. So comment is a text that is being ignored by the compiler to inform the reader on what they are doing. So as you can see there, it is to in the comment it says that the program is to display personal information. So then we have preprocessor directives. As you can see there, hashtag include. So any line that begins with hashtag or pound is a preprocessor directive. Preprocessor directive is a utility program that processes special instructions in C or C++. It is also to include the IO stream header file. As you can see that the IO stream there. So next we have the header file. So header file is used to tell the compiler to locate and then read all the declarations from IO stream. And then we have main function. So a part of main function is a part of every C++ program, and it is used to identify the start of the program. So as we all know, in the steps on how to create a program in C++, we have to start it with in main. At least one of the steps is we have to start with in main. So one of the functions in a program must at least be the main function as well. And then we have reserved words. So as you can see on the picture there, cout, cin. So cout is an output stream used to display output, whereas cin is to input stream. Is an input stream used to receive input. And then we have character or character and integer there, char and int. So it is used to declare a character data type, declare an int or short for integer. It is used to declare an integer data type. And we also have NL there. It is a manipulator that ends the current line. We have also namespace, and another one is return 0. So and then next up we have identifiers. We have 5 identifiers there. So first up we have actually 6. So we have name, a character array to store the username, add, a character array to store the user's address. Add is a short form for address. And then we have color, a character array to store the user's favorite color. And we have also current year, an integer variable to store the current year for user. We have also have birth year, which is also an integer variable, whereas to store the user's birth year. And then we have age here, which is an integer variable to store the age of the user. And then we have punctuation. So first up, as we can see in the red circle there, it is a semicolon right after the quotation mark. Semicolon is used for end of statement or to terminate an expression. And then we have parenthesis. It is used to group part of an expression. And then we have colon, which is similar to semicolon, but it is used to terminate statement label. And then we also have curly braces, which is used to enclose block of quotes. And then second last, we have quotation mark, used to enclose string literals. And as you can see there, the string in the quotation mark is enter your name. And then lastly, we have double S and greater than signs. It is used for input and output operation. And then we have statements. So statements in the question we could divide into 5. So first up we have variable declarations, and then we have output statements. And as you can see here, the output statements are enter name of person, enter address of person, enter favorite color of person, enter current year of person, and lastly enter birth year of person. And as you can see there, in every output statement there is cout and greater less than, less than. And then we also have input statements, which is cin, whereas output statement just now was cout. So in the input statement, we can see that it is color and address. And we also have calculation and output. With the calculation in the code is first is to get the age of the user, which is current year minus birth year. And we also have output, which is name, address, age, and favorite color. And then the last two is blocks. So I've mentioned just now with the curly braces, whatever is inside the curly braces is blocks. So inside of the blocks, we have variable declarations, output statements, input statements, calculation block, and display block. And lastly, for the special symbol, we have /n, which is to indicate a new line. And then the second figure, I've also did the same. I've transferred the code into another code editor to make it easier for me to read or understand the code even better. So we start off with the pseudocode start, and then we have input here, which is declare and initialize variable a, which is equates to 100, and then we have b, which equates to 200. So as you can see in the process here, I use if and if selection to make it because as you can see in the question here, it says that if a equals to 100, and then b would equals to 200. So that is why I use if and if. So yeah, so if a is equals to 100, then b would equate to 100. So and then we print value of a is 100 and b is 200. And then down here we have output, which is display exact value of a, which is 100, and also display exact value of b, which is 200. Now for the flow chart, start, and then we'll get input A and input B. I've also forgot to mention, I use a nested if for the flow chart. So as you can see, once we get input A and input B, it will automatically direct us to a selection of A equals to 100. Now, if A equals to 100, which is a true statement, it will then bring up to B equals to 100. As you can see from the figure here, it says that if A equals 100, if the condition is true, then check for the following, which is if B equals to 200. So that is why. Then if B equals to 100 is true, it will then display a statement with display a text which is value of A is 100 and B is 200. Now, after that, the last two outputs would be exact value of A is 100 and exact value of B is 200. And as you can see there, cout, which is an output, it says the exact value of A and exact value of B. That is all from me. Thank you and goodbye.